White people, can you please just stop this? Can you just please stop this? Like, what is all this? This is now becoming more, how do I put it? It's now becoming more rampant, because I've done a video about this that was like 2 months ago. Now it is now trending more, that at the end of the day, you people just want to be doing this to black people. Why black people will never say this to their own kids? Can you people just stop playing that pity party every single time and channeling every single problems that you have, including your children, now that you're not educating them about this, to black folks? Stop it. Because I was so irritated when I saw this particular clips. Again, credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If today is the first time you're seeing my face, my name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's dive right into this video. And I'll be back with commentaries.
What do you do if you get lost?
Find a big black guy.
You find a big black guy, and what do you tell him?
And that I lost.
Oh, do I need to tell you there's a bunch of white people really upset about that video? Statistically, based on the data, any child would be safer approaching a strange black man than they would a strange white man. So let's look at some numbers. Convictions of possessing images of children. White people, 86%, while black make up only 4%. I'd say white people damn near cornered the market. And as long as we're talking fun facts, let's look at this one. They looked at SA convictions from 2006 to 2017, and you know what they found? There was a 1,330.47% increase in sentences of black individuals and a 8.6 decrease in sentences for white individuals. So white people, far more likely to do it, also more likely to receive a lenient sentence for it.
And where's your mama? She at the house. You need me to go into the house. You know people be snatching kids.
No.
Yes, the heck they do. And you just walking up to me, girl, you scared the daylights out of me.
No, my friends.
Huh?
My friends.
Where's mommy? Let's go find mommy? Yeah.
Man, these kids in the house by themselves, man. Look at this.
Little baby. Look, he's smiling now.
I know, this baby was just crying and there ain't nobody in this house. Doors wide open. I don't know what's going on, man. This is sad. Nobody in there. They just this house is wide open with these 2 little kids wandering around.
Yeah, the house looks trash.
It looked like somebody was moving out and they just left their kids. This is crazy. He just came. I just reached for him. He just came.
615-6300.
Anybody know who these children are?
Thank you.
You know where their parents are? Well, we called them the police, so if you know who these children are, y'all need to get here ASAP.
He's so tired. Come here.
Hi, Papa.
He like, hey, anybody know this house? Anybody familiar with this house right here? Anybody familiar with this house? This is the house the little kids are at. No parents, no one. If they are in there, there's no response. And I'm not going in that house. But I went and grabbed that little kid out the garage because he was yelling and screaming. This is crazy. It's looked like they was moving out. There's stuff all over the place. the little baby was right there in that thing right there. I just went and grabbed him. He was, cause make sure nothing was wrong with him. The baby was laying in there yelling, and I can hear him all the way from my house, like across the alley, about 2 or 3 houses down, screaming, just screaming. So I picked him up. But he got his chain and bracelet on with one shoe on. He's stepping. See if that police wants. The house clear? Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. No one's there. Kids was left alone. I guess you gotta take care of the baby till he make his phone calls. He's probably about to call the people.
He's playing dead on me.
This is what I.
Where'd you sock? You know where your sock went?
I called the police. What's going on with somebody's baby? I done found outside in the cold with a pamper on, one sock, no shoes, a top, walking in my backyard. The police is here, and the medics is here.
Hello. Hi, buddy.
Hey, bud, what's going on? How long has he been inside?
So, probably approximately maybe 2 minutes before I called the police. I immediately brought him inside, covered him up, and called the police. I immediately covered him up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, his feet, if you feel his feet, they're still pretty cold.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get him out to the ambulance here.
Okay.
Let me go grab a blanket for him.
There you go, baby. Bye-bye.
All right, buddy. I'm out, guys. All right, thanks.
Yeah, if y'all need from me for anything, concerning, here, I'll walk you out.
Yeah, if you want to come out.
Yeah, I'll walk you out. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Let me get my shoesies. Let me get my shoesies.
To get annoyed when non-black people talk about how black women will save them, but it gets even more annoying when you hear that from non-black people of color, because a couple of thoughts cross my mind. One, where did you learn that from? I mean, I know where you learned it from, but why did you accept it so easily? And two, why do you feel more reliant on us than the people in your own community? I think they think it's a compliment to say black women will save us, black women are the most powerful beings in the world, they're superhuman. And it's like, no, we are human just like you. We are not any more or less capable of getting things done than you are. It's just that you were taught that whatever you don't want to do, we will do it. And I don't like that. That's actually not cool. I'm not saying that you can't engage with us, but I am saying, like, what makes you think that we're superhuman and can solve problems that you can't solve yourself. It's like, do you ever stop to consider that maybe we don't want to help you? If we say no, if we say we actually don't want to, or we don't have the emotional bandwidth, or we just frankly don't give a shit, then we're the bad guys and people call us everything but a child of God. Have you ever considered the fact that we are basically forced to overperform, because if we don't overperform, we'll be seen as lazy or bitchy or inconsiderate or selfish? This shows up in a lot of different areas of life. If you think about how many Black women feel the need to over excel in academics and in the workplace, and a lot of times they don't really get recognition for that, it's because we're expected to do like twice the amount of work for just basic human recognition. The most frustrating thing about it as a Black woman, though, is that I genuinely do like helping people. I like being kind to people, but I often have to question, like, do I genuinely like helping people? Do I like being kind to people, or was I just conditioned to be that way? Because as a Black woman, if I act human, if I have bad days, if I say I don't want to help you, I'll be painted as a villain. I don't particularly like feeling that way, that a trait that I have, ambition, kindness, empathy, that these are things that are just kind of not really appreciated in me as a person because they're expected of me as a Black woman. Like, yeah, of course this Black woman is going to work like more than she should. She's Black. That's what Black women do. Unless they don't, then they're lazy welfare queen.
I keep seeing people talk about the white child find a Black woman thing, and this is like my take on it. A lot of us Black women are taking it back to like when we were the mammy, like back to the mammy days and just keeping it there. But when I think of it past the mammy days, I also think about the fact that we are possibly the safest person that your fucking child could be with. Like, honestly, just the Black woman being who she is. And all of us collectively as Black women, majority of us can say we will help any child, no matter race, age, any of that. We will help any child in need. So I honestly think it's more so of a thing, like, they know their child would not be safe with a white man. They know their child would not be safe with another white woman. And they're not very sure about a Black man. They say find Black men too sometimes, but they know they'll be safe with us. But let me also say this. I completely and utterly understand our frustration with that shit, because that puts us in danger. It fucks us.
When I was a little boy, my mother told me that if you ever need any help, or if you're ever in trouble, find a Black woman. When I was going through my curl phase and growing out my hair, it was a Black woman that helped me know what products to use. When I was in school, it was a Black teacher that helped me out. Black women in the comments. Black women in the comments. Oh, he sees us. Oh, yes, we are the blueprint. Oh, my God. Giving this man unwarranted attention instead of dragging his ass for calling us mammies in plain sight, okay? Black women, I need for you to get more stingy with your time, energy, and your resources, because it is clear that all we are to the majority of the world is some help. A mammy. If we need something, if we blow up something, let's just go find a Black woman to go fix some shit. If we decide that we have some criminality at the top of a Fortune 500 company and we got to oust the CEO, we're going to bring in an interim Black woman. Like, literally at every single piece of society, Black women are often having to pick up and clean up and help put some shit back together. Aren't you tired, Miss Hilly? Aren't you tired? I know I'm tired. My tank right now, empty. I'm in my soft era. I'm in my being helped era. I'm in my being loved and cared for era. It is not lost on me that some of y'all are not in that era, and it shows because we constantly have people like him on the internet praising Black women, but don't care to help us, don't care to love us, because I did a little bit more scrolling and researching, and not that it matters because I have dated across the rainbow. I'm from Oklahoma. Interracial dating is routine, okay? That's nothing new. But the fact that his beloved is a white woman, I take issue with that, considering what he said in this video. You're good to, help me out, but not marry me, not date me. He never said he dated a Black woman before. He never said any of that in his admiration video about Black women. Dear Black women, I urge you to get stingy with your time, your money, your energy, and your resources for help. Be stingy with it. I'm not saying you got to be mean, but you need to be in self-preservation mode, because all society seems to see us as the damn help. We've got to do better. We got to start teaching people how to treat us. Okay? But yeah, that's enough of my rant. I'm not, you know what? The sun is shining. The temperature is great. I'm going to enjoy the first day of October.
If you're ever in trouble, look for a black woman. Well, black women said they don't want to be the savior no more, according to the comments. You know what I'm saying? They're tired, they fed up. They're tired of not being valued, they're tired of not being cherished. They're tired of it all, so, you know, some change that got to happen at this point. You know what I'm saying? And they said the best apology for them is change behavior. So, you know, until you do that, they just gonna feel some type of way towards it. They're not gonna trust it. You know what I mean? As black men, a lot of black men get in the comment section saying, you know, speak for yourself. I don't owe black women this, I don't owe black women that. And y'all part of the problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you that you in your life, you treat black women bad, but you can't knock the fact that black women have been treated bad, not only due to us, but society as well. And a lot of us have been forced out the home, so that forced black women to do things that they might not have wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't ignore that. That's a fact at the end of the day. Black women don't deserve that. You know, they deserve apology, they deserve growth, and they deserve help. So it's got to be like that. Got to keep it real, man, all the way around the field. That's what we do on this page.
I feel us involving black men is wrong. It puts them in danger of police interaction and other violence. I am torn, though, because it's a child. Okay. Hear me out. I feel very torn about this. Like, I understand. Like, I get it. The statistics don't lie. The math is completely and totally mathin', right? We know without a shadow of a doubt, unequivocally, that a child would be safer in the hands of a black man than anyone else. However, okay, as the mother of a black son, the wife of a black husband, daughter of a black father, sister to a black brother, blickety black ass cousin to a bunch of blickety black ass cousins, I fear that we would be setting them up for harm. Not only from the police. I need y'all to think bigger, okay? Imagine little Becky or little Bobby gets lost. They find themselves a nice, big, strong black man. I'm lost. And now you have Karen and Ken stepping in and now threatening that same black man and accusing that black man of atrocities. We know it. You know it. I know it. That is what will happen. That's one. Two, I'm not okay with us, black folks, again, being saviors. We had enough of that, right? When we were slaves, we had to breastfeed your babies. We had to take care of your babies. We had to watch your babies, school your babies, discipline your babies. So we are still going to perpetuate this notion that black people are still in the year of 2022 supposed to be taking care of little lost white children? Really? I think not. Okay? So I feel for the little lost children of the world that happen to be palm colored, but what we not going to do is put that onus and responsibility to be the savior yet again for other people. Y'all need to take care of your own children.
If you're ever in trouble out there in the real world, look for a black woman.
Okay, so if you haven't watched that clip, it was a very, very beautiful clip about his admiration for black women and who they are in the world. But I wanted to take a different perspective on his appreciation. And I want to say to my black women that we are the nurturers of the world. We have always been the saviors of a sort. And I just want to implore my Black women that in the midst of all of the appreciation and the degradation, to save yourself. There's no one coming to save you. There's no one that is coming to truly give us what we deserve. And so I just want us to do better about loving ourselves, making sure we pour back into us, because the world expects us to do what we've always done, and that is to save them. I love y'all. I hope you love yourselves.
In this car, trying to gather myself because the wildest shit just happened to me, and I'm at a loss. So I was just walking. I was going for a jog at the park, and then I started just walking my last couple laps. This little boy runs up to me, and he's like, I can't find my mom. I'm lost. I can't find my mom. And first, like, I'm like throwing the fuck off, because what do you mean? Like, this little white boy, he had to be like 7, 8. He's panicked, can't find my mom. Please help me find my mom. And I'm like, okay. So we're like backtracking. I'm like, who else were you here with other than your mom? Like, what's your name? What's your mom's name? I was like, where was the last place that you saw your mom at before you got lost? He's telling me all this stuff. So we go back to that location. We're like walking around, and I happen to notice there was a bathroom near that location. So like, I walk inside the bathroom with him. I'm like, call your mom. He's like, mom. I'm like, what is your mom's name? And he told me her name. So I'm like, I'm yelling her name, and she's like, yes. She's like, comes out of the bathroom with the little her other kid who's younger, and she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, is this your son? And she's like, I'm like, what's his name? And she tells me, I'm like, is this your mom? And he was like, I'm like, cool. So I explained to her, like, your son thought that he was lost, da 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 da. This little boy, y'all, this little boy stops, looks at his mom, and says, mom, you were right. You told me that if I got lost to look for a black lady or a black family, you were right. Excuse me? I was like, what? She was like, my mom told me that if I was ever lost or if I was ever in trouble to look for a black lady or a family. I'm like, what? So I look at her, and she was like, yes, I've told my child since like he could formulate words or thoughts that if he's ever lost or in trouble to look for a black woman or a black family because he will be fine. And I'm like, that is insane. Me and this woman spent the next 20 minutes talking while her kids were playing, talking about the difference between a child asking a white person or a white family for help versus a black woman or a black family. I had never heard of this. She's like, yes, I think every white woman that I know has told their child this. She then proceeds to tell me, she's like, I don't know that black people don't harm children, but I know for a fact that white people harm kids and kidnap kids for fun. I have never, I was at a loss for words. I talk. Like, I didn't even have the words to formulate to explain to her how shocked I was at what she, because like, I know this to be true. There's never been a time in my black ass life where I have seen a black woman and not thought that like, in the least, she's going to look out. You know what I mean? Like, whether I know you or not, I know if some shit pop off, me and this black girl, we got each other. You know what I mean? I've never doubted that. I did not know that white people knew that. I had no idea that white people knew that black women, like, we're going to take care of. I don't give a fuck who that child belongs to. I don't care that if I've never seen a child, I don't give a fuck if that kid is Asian, white, don't care. I did not know that they knew this. That shit just, it broke my brain. It broke my brain. And I am so glad that I did what I was supposed to do for all of us. Hey, for all my sisters, I passed the fucking test, because that little boy, I'm talking about, he ran up to me and held my hand. I'm lost. I can't find my mom. That white lady said, and here's the crazy part, I don't know if I told y'all this, she didn't even know that her son was lost. Like, she had gone to the bathroom. I told him I was going to the bathroom. He must have not heard her or whatever, but she was not panicked. Like, she was like, my kid was playing. First of all, why the fuck would you go to the bathroom with your one kid, leave your 7-year-old by himself at the park? Like, insane. Insane, but whatever.
White people, stop telling your children, go find a black woman if they get lost. Hell no, we're not doing this in 2025. Whether you are conscious of it or not, what you are doing is putting our black women in grave danger. And hell no, we're not doing that. Because little Sarah or little Timmy will go running up to some random black woman and she doesn't know what's going on, grab hold of her, and you being frantic looking for your child, who you should have kept better supervised, you would turn the corner and see your child with a black woman and want to call the police, and that could end up having our black women be arrested, separated from their families, and God forbid, even unalived. Hell no. You Kens and you Carolyn Bryants out there are not going to put our black women in danger. And what really pisses me off about this, white America, on one hand, loves to tell the world that black Americans, especially black American women, are angry and loud and ghetto. But then privately, you are telling your children, now, if you are lost, go find a random black woman, because you know deep down you can't trust your children with your men and other white women. So you tell them to go find a random black woman. Hell no. Stop telling your kids if they get lost, they need to find a black woman. What you need to do is be better parents and keep them better supervised. Black women, if this happens to you, make sure you record the entire interaction. And if you have someone with you, have them record it too, so that you have more than one set of documentation as to what is going on and what is happening. And please boost this message. A user by the name of Lizzie, her video brought this to my attention along with some others. And I put Lizzie's video in my stories. Go watch it and share it. Boost this video. Better yet, make videos of your own. And in your circles of influence, share this information about what is going on. Y'all be careful out there.
Yesterday years old. Be gracious with me if this is something that you always knew. I'm just now discovering this, so all these thoughts are running through my head. But it's definitely given like, oh, find you a black woman. She'll definitely bring my child back to safety and nurture them, even though it's not their responsibility, and even though they expect it to be superwoman and get none of the credits of being superwoman, still find one. I don't know. It's not giving complimentary. The more I think about it. Now I will say, like when my phone got stolen last year, the only police officer who truly cared to go the extra mile to do their job was a black
In a grocery store today where a random white child ran up to a random black teenager. She looked to be about 15, 16 years old, but probably appeared older to him because he looked to be about 6, 7 years old. So he went up to her, grabbed her hand, and was like, "Mommy told me to find one of you. If I'm lost, can you help?" And this kid, this teenager, deer in headlights, had no idea, looking around trying to figure out what to do. And honestly, I've never trusted that situation. I've never trusted the fact that y'all tell your children to find a black woman for safety, but you tell the world black women are violent, angry, and bitter. Never really trusted that. So I stayed in the aisle, and I'm glad I did, because not even 30 seconds later, here comes his mother with security rounding the corner talking about, "Why are you touching my child?" Black women, if you find yourself in this situation, record everything.
This is now becoming a norm for these people. Having that mindset not to even trust their own, but now to channel their, as far as I'm concerned, that is a problem they're channeling to black people. Because at the end of the day, I will not be surprised to start seeing some of these white folks saying that black people actually kidnap their children. Why will you go up with that mentality of telling your own children, your own kids, that whenever you go into trouble, go ahead and look for a black person? Why? Why are black persons always the savior here? That's where my problem is coming from. Why are black persons only the one that your children should look out for? Oh, it is because you don't trust your own fellow white folks? You don't trust them, right? You don't trust them? And black people, please, I'm going to be saying this because honestly, with the way this thing is going right now, it might happen to anybody. The moment you see scenarios, cases like this, please try your possible best to start recording immediately, so that these people don't label you another name, because Most of the help that a lot of black people have literally helped white folks is for them to turn around and call black people a different name, a name that is not actually even associated to them. And that is why I find it more irritating that at the end of the day, this is the kind of education you're giving your kids. And it didn't just start today, because you can see from the clips that I roll out for you guys, where this matured white guy also said that growing up, his parents always tell him that whenever he got into trouble, he should look for black people. Whenever he cannot find his way, he should look for black people. So what of whenever you're making money, you should look for black people to share with? Why was that not actually what the education should include all about? So whenever he's the good one, they will look for whites. And whenever he's the bad one, the ugly one, they will look for black people. I find it so hard. A lot of people are not seeing anything wrong with this. Why are you not seeing anything wrong with this? If they should be having a lot of money and to share to black people, would they literally say look for black people and share to black people? No. It is only few of them that have that sense of humor, that black people have that capability, their sense to even accomplish a thing more than them. But the only thing they tell their children is whenever you go into trouble. How about whenever you are rich, look for black people? How about whenever you have a house to give out to look for black people? How about that? Why is that not the trend? You can also see these black couples that saw these kids and actually have to call the police to tell you that some of these white folks are very careless when it comes to their kids. They are very careless. And I can tell you for a whole fact that if a black child actually run up to some of them and be like, oh, I'm lost, they will not even bother and say, oh, let's go look for your parents. Some will never do that for black people. So that is what they've been educating their children. I know that black people are 100% nice. I know that black people are the smartest. I know that black people are the sweetest. I know that black people are the blueprints. I know all of that. I know that in every single case that we actually find this case, we are going to extend a hand of help. But please, in doing that, also protect yourself. Film a video so that you can use it as a proof, because these people will not mind still coming back to say, oh, she actually kidnapped my kid. I will not be surprised. We've seen different scenarios like that. Go do your research very well, especially on TikTok. You will understand the area I am coming from. That black people should not always be the savior. People should also save black people, for crying out loud. People should also speak up for black people. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, and credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Let me know what you think about this video. Bye for now, guys. I love you guys.